Gareth from True Spiritual Awakening. So today I'm going to speak about meditation, and I'm going to give some examples of different meditations. What is meditation? How does one attain a state of meditation? Um, this was brought up in one of our Zoom meetings the other night. A lot of people asking about, different various techniques to quiet the mind and to enter the state of true meditation. So firstly, I'll start off with what is meditation, and so firstly, you don't learn how to meditate, because why I say that is, yes, there's lots of techniques out there. There's books been written on how to meditate, but you actually cannot learn how to meditate. And the reason why I say that is because you are meditation. Your true state is meditation. So you exist beyond the body, beyond the mind, beyond your sensations and feelings and emotions. You exist as pure being, as pure consciousness, and that is your true state. Some refer to it as the higher self, the true self. That is your real self, and that real self has never been born, and it will never die. And true meditation is finding that place, finding that higher self, and merging with it, or it is you. So really, when we say we need to learn how to meditate, we're not learning how to meditate. What we're doing is we're unlearning everything that we've that's blocking our true state of meditation, of pure being. We need to unlearn everything that's blocking it. And what do we need to unlearn? So all these different ideas we have about ourselves, that we are a body, a mind, these are all things that block that state. Our overactive minds, it's the number one block to pure being state and meditation. So I'm going to give some examples of what a beginner, what one would do to start out, because we all need especially as beginners, we need someone to give us a point in the right direction. So what I could start with first is the different types of meditation. So we could have a mantra meditation, and the idea of the mantra is that it's a word or a set of words, a group, and they are repeated in the mind over and over. So for an example of a mantra that I used was Om Tat Sat, and I would say it in the mind, and I would say it on each breath. So as I breathe in, I would quietly say Om, and on the out breath I'd say Tat, and then back in Sat, and I just repeat that over and over and over. And there's various ones. They can, there's another one, Hum, Hung So, or Hum So. You could, just hum on the in breath, so on the out breath. And the idea of using a mantra is that the mantra will be used until you attain the state of no mind. So while you're continuously saying this mantra, your mind is fixated on it, so it's not thinking of, what will I have for dinner, or did I feed the dog, all these different things. So that's the purpose of the mantra. It's repeatedly said over and over again until all of a sudden you've disappeared into the mantra has stopped, and you're now in a place of no mind. You're point consciousness, as some people call it. And usually what will happen is, especially for a beginner, if they've realized that they've gotten into this state, all of a sudden the mind will come in and it will say, I've done it, I'm in that place. And then as soon as you say it, that's you out, gone. You're back in the mind. The mind is trying to assess what has happened. So you keep using the mantra. So the once the mind comes back in and it claims, oh wow, I've done it, or we've conquered meditation. You're no longer meditating. So you would start back at the mantra, back in, Om Tat Sat, over and over and over again, and until you get back into that place, and you just keep going back a little bit at a time. It may be 5 seconds, 10 seconds in the beginning, but after a couple of days, if you're doing 20 minutes twice a day, and within a month, 2 months, 3 months, you could be getting 5 minutes. I know it's hard. I know it's hard at the beginning. So more types of techniques. So you could watch the breath. So you could just be aware of the breath coming in through the nostrils, and as it goes back out, you could just feel, in the nose as the breath is passing through the nostrils. That kind of takes the whole mind out of it. You could visualize energy going up the spine, so you could imagine, like a blue energy. Every time you breathe in, the energy travels up to the brain and expands out or goes back down, and you can just keep doing that. And again, the whole purpose of the meditation, of this visualization, is that all of a sudden it disappears and it brings you to that place. Your mind is no longer active thinking about this and that. It's fixed on this up and down, this sensation, and eventually it will bring you to that place of true meditation, which is your true self. So another method could be kind of contemplation, self-enquiry. So these would be a set of questions you would ask yourself. So you would sit quietly away from people, and you would. One of the famous ones is who am I? Who am I? Who am I really? What am I really? And you would continuously ask it. Who am I? Who am I really? And the whole idea of these questions is it's not to get an answer. So, because you can't answer it, because when you really look for the answer of who am I, you can't find out. You just can't get an answer, and it will keep bringing you to that place of I don't know. Because what you can do is you can really start to examine it. So am I my body? And you could question into that. Am I the body? And you could say, well, who's the awareness of the body? If there's an awareness and there's a body, then it's the awareness of the body is different from the body. So therefore, you cannot be the body. So then, what you could do is you could say, well, I'm my mind. I'm the thoughts. I'm the all my ideas and my beliefs. I have to be my mind. But then you can go back to that self-inquiry. Well, if there's an awareness of the mind, the awareness cannot be the mind. And this can go on with emotions, this can go on with sensations of the body, and this is self-inquiry, and you're not going to get an answer. What will happen is it will just bring you to a place of I don't know, and the mind will quiet. And that's a really and that can be done. You don't actually have to be meditating to do that. You can actually be saying them self-inquiry questions throughout the day. Anytime you have thoughts, who am I? Who am I? What am I? To whom do these thoughts arise? So some other types of meditation. So there's also what are known as binaural beats. And these are two tones, two different frequencies played, usually in through a stereo set of headphones. And these are actually really effective and very good for beginners. And you can actually find websites on how to make your own binaural beats. I'm sure there's plenty of them on YouTube. But basically what they are is two different frequencies. They're only off slightly and they're played through both ears. And what happens is the two different frequencies create one kind of a beat in the middle. So it's a steady frequency in one and a slightly higher frequency or lower frequency, and when the two of them meet, they make a in the brain. And what happens is they sync the two hemispheres of the brain, and they can lock you into a really nice meditative state. Again, they're only a tool, so they will eventually need to be dropped. As with all of these tools, they need to be discarded once you can get to that state. You just want to hang out in that state and have no questions or mantras interfering in that true state. Guided meditations, it's another good one. You can have someone's voice, or and there's some really good ones out there, guiding you through a process. So this is really good for beginners. So as I say, these all these different methods, they are tools, and at the end of the day, once you can get into a state of pure being consciousness, and you can hold that for any length of time, you don't want to use a technique. You just want to stay in that being state for as long as possible, and when you get really good, you can hang out there for an hour easy. And oh yeah, one more. You can meditate with a group, or this is also very powerful if you're meditating with someone who's an experienced meditator, or they've kind of achieved a state of self-realization, or an advanced spiritual practitioner. So, and the idea behind this is that if you I'll just give you an example. If you have two logs, and you've got one that's burning brightly, and you have one that's just kind of smouldering, and if you put the two of them together, the one that's smouldering is going to catch on really quick in beside the one that's already burning. And this is the same with meditation. If you can find a group, and there are groups out there. We have a group on our website, and I'll put a link below, and we do a Zoom meeting every Tuesday and Friday at 9 p.m. UK time, and we meditate for 50 minutes, and you can sit in on the energy of the group, and it will pull you into a higher state of consciousness just by being in that energy. And so that's for free. Anyone watching the video and fancies joining in, they can join in. The link will be posted below. So that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed my my tips and my my tips on meditation, and so I hope to see you soon. See you in my next video. Bye bye.